I've wanted to make a video again, I just couldn't figure out a way to do it. The way I used to do it wasn't working, and now I think I got it working again, but I'm not positive, so we'll see how this turns out. I went to Jasper this past weekend, and I have some video footage from that I'm going to show you in this video. As well, I added some footage of, I had active shooter training 2 weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun. Basically, I got permission to film some of the scenarios, but most of the footage didn't really turn out, or I got too distracted to film. Basically, I was trying to put my camera on my vest, but it didn't want to cooperate. And so basically, I just got footage of, well, not a whole lot of anything, really. Basically, it just gives you an idea of what we looked like. And so in active shooter training, maybe I'll talk about it more in the future, but basically the same thing that we did in training, basic training, but a more advanced course, more about the tactics, and we had scenarios where, of course, it's a blue man gun with ammunition, so it's a casing filled with gunpowder, just a small amount of gunpowder, and a plastic tip filled with paint that hurts like a mother effer when you get hit with it. So we went through several scenarios, and so you'll see the video from that when it comes up. But that was a lot of fun. I know I wanted to say a lot more about that, but I kind of forgot. Like I said, we got to do that in basic training. We got a basic crash course on active shooter training, but this was a more advanced course. And basically in this video you just see in the beginning, or walking around, one of the scenarios is about to begin. And I believe this scenario, we just heard over the radio 1033, which is our emergency code, meaning that an officer needs help. And when we got there, there was a gunman and a shootout and everything else, but at this moment we were just waiting for the scenario to start. So we could kind of wear whatever we wanted during this weekend. This officer that you're seeing wore his regular uniform shirt and tactical pants. Basically, we just had to have our tactical pants, and we could wear a long sleeve shirt and a vest, as well as our duty belt and a helmet, obviously, because if you got hit in the eye with one of those rounds, you would lose the eye. So anyways, maybe I'll talk about that in the future, but as hopefully you can see, this is video of the tram that goes up on top of a mountain near the town of Jasper, and you can see the town down there and the surrounding area. And that mountain that you see right there, that I'm zooming up to, I zoom up to it quite a bit, a couple times I think, but that's Mount Robson. And Mount Robson is systems, so you can very rarely see it, but so we kind of got a cool opportunity there. And once you get on top of this mountain here, you can hike another, I think it's 300 meters or so higher. So that's what we did. And it takes about an hour or so to get up there. But it was a beautiful day to go out and do a couple of hikes. We also saw some wildlife that you'll see in these videos. We saw a lot of wildlife. And this is a restaurant at the top of the mountain, just on the tram there, where you get off. So this is a grizzly bear, a smaller grizzly bear that we saw from the roadside. I just caught the end of it. You can barely see it, but you get the point. It's a bear. So we saw that grizzly bear. All of these animals that we saw from the roadside. We didn't, other than that the initial hike on the top of the mountain, we didn't hike around too much. Either walked around the town or we drove down to the Columbia ice fields as well. And stopped along the way, but all these animals are just what we saw on the side of the road. So we saw that grizzly bear. We saw one black bear the next day. And then about 5 minutes down the road, we saw another black bear. Smaller black bear. Black bears aren't very big anyways, but this one looked even smaller. But anyways, apparently it was a mama bear with 2 cubs. Unfortunately, you can't see the cubs in the video. I didn't see them until a little bit later on, and you couldn't see them in the video anyways, so. But, yeah, so that was kind of cool. And we saw some caribou, as well as elk and mountain sheep. And this is just a couple of signs along the way talking about David Thompson. He was just basically an early explorer that explored Western Canada and a little bit of the United States in the 1790s and 1800s. He came through this area. And of course, that whole time period interests me, so I had to take some video of it. So on the first day, we drove down to the Columbia ice fields. I've been down there before, and so was the person I was with. So we just kind of looked around and didn't really walk up to the ice fields themselves because we were both very lazy at that point. So, but yeah, we took a bunch of videos and pictures on the way out there and on the way back. I believe this was on the way back to our hotel. This is where we saw the one of the caribou. I think this is the video anyways. In one of the videos you'll see some people that are standing very close to the animal. Don't do that. Not a smart thing to do. In general, the animals, usually it's the same animals that live around the area, and they may be used to humans. side of the lake